There's this weird pressure in Pokemon right now to be an expert on day one. Like, if you don't have a massive vault or a perfect strategy, you aren't really in the game. But honestly, that's usually just noise, and it's the fastest way to lose your spark before you even had a chance to actually have fun. Today, I want to talk about how to navigate this hobby without losing your mind or your bank account. What's up, everyone? I'm JB from RetroGameTCG, and today I want to have a very specific conversation. I want to talk about what I'd tell someone who is just getting in started or maybe restarted with Pokemon in 2026. If you watched my first video, you know I'm not coming at this as some sort of guy who thinks he's made it. I'm still learning, and I'm still adjusting my systems because the hobby itself is always a moving target. It's the stuff I'd tell you if we were sitting down over coffee and you asked me how to do this without messing up the experience for yourself. The first thing I'd tell you is this: don't start by copying everyone else. So our brains are actually wired to look at the group to figure out what's successful. But in Pokemon, that instinct is just a trap. When you jump in, your feed is going to be flooded with people opening thousands of dollars of packs, showing off museum-grade vaults, and it's very easy to feel like your small collection is somehow wrong, but you're seeing someone else's end game, not their starting point. To keep from feeling overwhelmed, I've found it helps to do a quick interest audit before you spend a dime. Ask yourself if you actually like the art, or if you're just chasing a hit because you saw someone else get lucky. If you don't find your own why, you'll end up spending your money on someone else's dream, and that's a quick path to regret. The second thing I'd tell someone, and this is something people often overlook, is don't try to do this hobby in isolation. Pokemon is a trading card game. The clue is in the name. It's meant to be social. There's a psychological benefit to relatedness. Basically, we feel better and stay more motivated when we feel connected to others. If you're just clicking buy on a screen and sitting in your room, the hobby can start to feel very cold and transactional. One of the best ways to stay grounded is to find your, what I'd like to call, tribe. Whether that's a local game store or a small, healthy Discord, keyword healthy, I've found that visiting a few different shops is the best way to start. Just go in, check out the vibe, and see which one feels like home versus just a business. Having people to talk to, people who care about the art and the game, not just the prices, keep you from getting sucked into toxic bubbles. You'll find that a shared bad pool is a lot funnier when you're laughing about it with a friend instead of just staring at it alone. Point number 3, set your boundaries and set them early, specifically around bulk, budgets, and space. Pokemon has a way of expanding. It starts with a few packs, and then suddenly you have boxes shoved under the desk. There's actual psychology behind what this is. It's called decision fatigue. When you have stacks of unsorted cards everywhere, every time you walk past them, your brain feels like it's unfinished homework. To keep things from feeling like a chore, I recommend the 3-box rule. From day one, keep 1 box for keep, 1 box for sell or trade, and then 1 box for bulk to get rid of. If a card doesn't fit in those 3, it doesn't stay in your house because physical clutter always leads to a mental heavy lift. I really want to emphasize this for those who feel intimidated. You do not need to be an expert to belong here. There is so much pressure online to sound like some form of a professor. Like, if you don't know every pop count, you aren't a real fan. I will be the first to say that is total nonsense. And it's just a form of gatekeeping that kills the fun. Some of the best moments I've had or when I didn't know if a card was a hit. I just thought the art was cool. If you give yourself permission to be the new guy, you actually start learning faster. When you ask those dumb questions, you're building a real foundation instead of just pretending. If you overpay for a card, don't beat yourself up. Just call it a tuition fee for your Pokemon education and then move on. The last thing I'd tell you is this. You have to decide what success looks like for you. If you let the internet define success, it will always be more, faster, rarer. But that is a treadmill that never, ever stops. Success in Pokemon is subjective. Maybe success is just a binder of your favorite Pokemon that can cost 10 cents each. Now maybe it's finally understanding the rules and winning a local game. One thing that helps me stay grounded is literally writing down my lane. Am I a master setter? A player? A business builder? If you stay in your own lane, you stop feeling less than when someone else succeeds at something that isn't even your goal. So that's my advice. Don't copy the noise. Find your people, manage your space, and define your own win. If you're just starting out, welcome. It's an incredible hobby once you find your people. If this helped you feel a little less pressured, hit like. It really helped me know I'm on the right track. If you want to keep exploring the grounded side of TCG, like I said before, the ins and outs psychology, the why behind the what, hit subscribe. I'm JB. This is RetroGameTCG, and I'm glad you're here. Take it easy. Move at your own pace, and I'll see you in the next one.